Anthony Khan here for Seconds Out with top trainer Tunde Ajayi. Tunde, good to see you in good spirits, active as well too. How's life treating you?
You know, I gotta do the customary shoulder roll, count up, pull count up, right hand, check left foot. I gotta teach these guys, man. How you doing, man?
I'm good, all the better for speaking to you, Tunde. Let's get into this weekend's action. Joel Couture is out. What's the expectation from Joel Couture? What have you said as the goal for this weekend?
Oh yeah, definitely. I'm so excited because, you know, it's like I always say, box rec is a liar. Box rec is a liar. Everyone who knows what Joel has done and has shown in the gym, what he's capable of in the gym. But I love it that it's like this because it's giving him a chance to keep hungry, self-motivate himself because everybody likes a knockout in boxing. But I've always said to him, let me tell you something. I trained AY. I've trained many fighters. He's very heavy-handed. Joe is heavy. Ask anyone who sparred with him. But one of the main reasons why I say box rec is a liar because it's not shown that he's a puncher. But what that has done is given people probably confidence to say, yeah, we'll have him. There's no danger of getting stopped. Yeah, but I think Saturday night you're gonna see the real Joel Couture, the very, very spiteful at times, very skilled, highly skilled, even at this embryonic stage of his career, guy that's going to come out and put on a show. And that's what I'm expecting for him. I'm a good opponent, very good. Lloyd Jermaine is a good fighter, trained by former featherweight world champion in Lee Selby. So Lee, he's sticking his hat into the training stuff, and I know he's very young and motivated to be a top trainer. So when you have a top, someone who's motivated as Lee obviously is, a hungry fighter against another young prospect, it's going to be a good fight.
Where do you want him to be by the end of the year?
Joe will win a title by the end of this year. I'm not talking about no major title. I'm just talking about a fringe title, whether that be a Southern area, whether it be about like a IBO international belt or one of these just fringe belts, just so he can call himself a champion. He can go into the barber shop or the Caribbean food shop or the Ghanaian food shop and say, I'm a champ, because his work ethic does equate that. I've only ever seen one person in my experience that has that kind of work ethic, and that is Anthony Yarde. And he wouldn't be attached with me if he wasn't a very, very hard worker, because that's all I gravitate to. I gravitate to people that want to test themselves mentally and physically. And Joe has ticked all those boxes. So I think it's just time now for him to show himself first and foremost, prove to himself first and foremost that he has the ability to go a very long way in this sport of boxing.
Let's turn our attention to Anthony Yarde, who has some news. He's taken on Lyndon Arthur in the Trilogy. Just want to get to, before we speak about that, look, obviously there was the background noise surrounding his departure with Frank Warren. Is that all gone now? Is that in the past? There's nothing that will stop Anthony Yarde getting in the ring. Of course, he's been in since, but has that all been resolved?
No, but it was never ever, again, it's what you believe, innit? You've seen that me and Anthony kept quiet the whole time. The only videos that Ant done was one saying that, letting people know that he was a free agent. But these things usually take time to sort themselves out, and that's just the nature of the game. But there was never ever an issue on our side. We always maintained that we were free to negotiate with anyone, with Frank, with Ben Shalom, with Eddie Hearn, with Turkey Al Sheikh himself. That's always been the case, and we've maintained that stance right throughout, and it is the stance now. And so, but the great thing for me is that I can, again, pick up the phone to someone who I respect highly in the sport of boxing, not only because he is the GOAT, I'll say it here, Frank Warren is the GOAT of boxing, in my opinion. But the fact that he's been a friend and kind of like almost like a I know people will say, "Oh, how are you gonna say he's a father figure?" But also like someone who I look up to with the same respect as a father. He's done things for my son, my own son. Frank has done that for me. You know, put my son in certain positions where, you know, you can only be grateful for that and thankful. And that's everyone who knows me knows that money's money. I'm a businessman. I'm a protector of the people who I'm involved with. Always have been, always will be. But I always find it kind of sad when relationships are soured over money, because that's all it's about, right? This is prize fights. It's professional boxing is you're fighting for money. So I don't want anyone to ever think that it's anything other than that. But what happens occasionally, very rarely, is that you build great relationships with people that you work with. And Frank Warren, George Warren, Francis have always been that. And then, you know, now you have Ben Shalom, who, you see, another guy, he's like, Ben Shalom is the man. He's the man on the what are you going to say, Ben? Say it, mate. Say it. Don't hold your words. Yeah, you see, I'm bigging up Ben. And, you know, listen, relationships, they mean something to me. I'm not going to speak for nobody else. I'm not going to speak for Ant, because I don't want Ant telling me what, but I can speak for myself. I can speak for myself, because Anthony will speak for himself. But for me, relationship, I don't have many people that are, you know, I can pick up the phone to and have conversation, or we can just joke and laugh about. Frank Warren has been that kind of person to me, for a number of years, you know. But everyone knows. I respect. I'm here to protect my fighter. My fighter's there to protect himself. And if something ain't right, we have to do something about it. You know, we have to say something about it, and hope that everyone could just come round on the table and get together. So I'm happy to say that we're all, myself and Anthony, are back speaking with every promoter, having a good relationship with every promoter, including His Excellency Turkey Al Sheikh. Again, so it's great. It's just great for us.
Myself and my colleague Danny Flexon were on Seconds Out Live this week, and we were discussing the undercard, and we were discussing specifically the reaction to the Yarde versus Arthur trilogy. People are on different sides of the coin with it. I personally said that I found intrigue in the fight. It's a fight I'd want to see. Sure, there were other fights for Yarde that I would want to see as well.
But it wasn't.
But right. So what's your read on the reaction to the fight?
No, first of all, I don't know about no reaction, because I'm not listening. I'm focused. And that's what's helped me get to this position. I'm focused. I'm not really taking people's... it would have to be a real noise for me to even know about it, because I'm not scrolling on people's pages and looking on people's pages. You know, social media is not on my phone. So I don't know what's going on unless I look at it specifically. But a few guys have interviewed me today and asked me about, and probably some people, as you said, have different views and different opinions. But let me just state the case for someone who I don't represent, Lyndon Arthur. Why people would think that this is not a interesting fight is way beyond me. Because since our fight, if basically what people are saying is that it's an easy fight for Anne, it's a mismatch. But then that means that you're trying to say that Bivol will be a mismatch against us, because Bivol couldn't stop Lyndon Arthur. Anthony Yarde is the only person to stop Lyndon Arthur. But having said that, Lyndon Arthur has got a victory over us. Lyndon Arthur, after us, has gone on to win an IBO world title. The same world title Mr. Azim is fighting for tomorrow. So let's not underplay the IBO, the great IBO title. The WBO was nothing until Chris Eubank made that title. Chris Eubank Sr. made that belt a good belt. So Lyndon Arthur has fought for the IBO, won the IBO, and in turn fought Dmitry Bivol based on the fact that he's a world champion. Dmitry Bivol dropped Lyndon Arthur, but he could not stop Lyndon Arthur. And Lyndon Arthur only had a couple of weeks to prepare for that fight. So Anthony Yarde stopped Lyndon Arthur in 4 rounds with a full camp, full preparation. So please, if you're saying that it's going to be easy, what you're saying is that Bivol's easy work for us as well. You got to make this thing make sense. Lyndon Arthur beat Liam Cameron, the man who derailed Ben Whittaker, or the fanfare. I don't say derailed because I believe Ben Whittaker is going to go on to still achieve amazing stuff in this sport. I just think that on that particular night, that wasn't his night. Maybe miscalculated a bit, but Ben Whittaker is a fantastic fighter. Someone who I'm rating Ben Whittaker, so let that go on record. But having said that, Lyndon Arthur still beat him, Liam Cameron. Lyndon Arthur went in the ring with Bivol and went points with Bivol. So nobody can. People are saying it, but it don't make sense. It's a good fight. Pat Barrett is not coming to Tottenham Hotspur in front of 70,000 bodies, to be embarrassed. So if anyone thinks that we're gonna take this fight lightly, no sir. I'm Tunde Ajayi. I'm gonna work harder for this fight than I did for the rematch with Lyndon Arthur. So that's a good fight.
The other thing I'd follow up with that is, and it's probably a conversation I'd like to have with Lyndon in an interview in the future, is he put out on social media that he was essentially retired and the only fight he'd come back for, I'm pretty sure he was lying in bed, he was like, I'm pretty much just paraphrasing him here, but the only fight I'd come back for really was Anthony Yarde. It sort of half answers the question about his desire, his ambitions, is you'd only want that one fight, but do you feel that you're getting a full reflection of Lyndon Arthur in terms of the challenge he presents to Anthony the first time round in the trilogy, considering that he has maybe one foot out the sport?
Sugar Ray Leonard was retired from the sport. He said he's coming back for Hagler. He ended up beating out Hagler in a close decision. Many Hagler fans to this day said Sugar Ray didn't win it, but he was out of the sport. He had retired. He had called it a day, but there was that fight that he got up for, and ultimately he came out of the victor. So you ain't fooling me. Like, I don't care about if he said, I'm gonna get out for this fight, I'm getting out of bed for this fight. Lyndon Arthur is going to want to, put up a challenge, because that's all he's gonna do, because he's gonna get broke up. And Sonny Edwards, I heard you say you're gonna you're gonna be a spit bucket man. Well, guess what, Sonny Edwards? You can come with your spit bucket and stop smoking. Stop smoking in front of young kids who's taking up the sport of boxing. What kind of thing is that? You're smoking fags. So again, Sonny Edwards, because he likes to talk, I'm saying, if you were smoking fags the other day in your interview, that means you were smoking fags your whole career. That's why you can't beat no Yafai. That's why you can't beat no Bam Rodriguez, because you're smoking fags. So you come with your spit bucket. Guess what? Your spit bucket is going to be dry, because that fight ain't lasting. Andy Yarde's going to do a number very, very quickly. So you're not even going to do no work. But come, I like it. I like excitement. So Sonny Edwards, come. But you're a good talker, but this one you can't talk. So you can be excited for this fight. You're going to have that same look on your face that I saw when I was looking at the side telly when Ant stopped Lyndon the first time. So it's good. It makes a good storyline. But this is what we need in boxing. We need the excitement. We need people to support one another. And Sonny's relishing his role now as the man on the other side. So bring yourself, bring your people, bring Pat Barrett with your Run DMC chain. Come with your Run DMC chain. Come, that's swinging down to your kneecaps. Bro, we're ready. We're ready for that fight. I'm excited already. So I think that fight is going to be the best fight of the night. The trilogy, Lyndon and Pat. And if Pat wants to go at it, let's go. Let's go.
Tunde, I won't keep you for too much longer, because if I ask you questions, we'll be talking the whole night, such as the insight that you give. But I wanted to just close off with a couple of questions in the wider sphere of boxing. First of all, the big kind of contention or talking point in boxing is this Eubank Jr. Benn fight and the rehydration clause. What impact do you feel that will have to Eubank Jr. in the fight with Conor Benn? hydrating to 170.
Is that what it is? 170, yeah? So £10 over the middleweight limit. I was just thinking about what I just said previously. You know, the comment section is gonna be. you know, think about me, yeah. And always says, come on, the Unks, man. I like, bro, but this gives the comment section, because you're always gonna get the people that that bloody Tunde. That's why I can't stand about him. He's this for that, but it's good. Keep talking, because one thing about me, I'm doing my job. Yeah, but I just feel like it'd be boring if we just all said, it's gonna be a good fight and what have you, and it gives you lots, good analytics for your channel. Danny will love the analytics. That's why he's always trying to rush you lot to try and interview. But going back to your question, 170, to me, I mean, I don't really believe in rehydration clause anyway, because all it is you're gonna do what you're gonna do. It's like the congestion charge is supposed to stop traffic. Bro, people just pay the money and there's more traffic in London with the congestion charge. So it's the same, really. The 170 is actually a good thing. I don't know what time they have to weigh in the morning, but if they're weighing in, say like 8 a.m., 9 a.m., come fight night, there can be an extra £10 again. So Chris Eubank could still get in that ring foreseeably on the night 180, 185. Yeah, so I don't really feel that it's going to make that much of a difference to the performance of Chris Eubank Jr. And some fighters are different. Some fighters make the weight and they don't even put on that much weight on prior or after the weigh-in, because the body just sucks it up. So I don't feel that's going to have a big effect on the fight. I think, in fact, Chris might still come in 180 on the night.
So we have Bivol fast approaching that fight. Who have you got as the winner, the rematch zone?
I got to say Beterbiev. This time it could be even more conclusive. But both fighters learned a lot about themselves in the first fight. Beterbiev realised he can't knock out everyone, and Bivol proved to himself that he has great resistance and has the ability to take on, receive, and get through the most feared puncher in boxing. And in some people's eyes, he won the fight. So I think it's a great fight for both of them. I feel this time Beterbiev will go into the fight even more mentally strong. And I think Bivol may have the mindset of winning, yes, obviously, but I think that, rematches usually go the same way. They usually go the same way. But he might think that, I got through once, I can get through again. That's not really the mentality you want. The mentality is, all right, cool, you didn't knock me out this time, but this time I'm going to knock you out. But I don't know if Bivol's really that type of fighter. Can he outbox Beterbiev? It's a hard ask. The thing what favours Bivol is Beterbiev's age. He's not getting younger. He just celebrated his 40th birthday. But he's a consummate professional, looks after his body well. It's just a great fight. It's an undisputed fight. With these undisputed fights, you can never be 100% sure on who you're going to pick as a winner. But my bet is Beterbiev by stoppage in the around 10th round.
Is it a hard ask for Joe Parker to upset Daniel Dubois?
Not at all. It's a 50-50 fight, as I was saying. Daniel, I love the energy. Don Charles is ignited. And again, I'll say this, Don ain't getting the kudos he deserves. Because I keep on hearing people, I don't know, Don is a proud man, but, and I know he probably will be the first to say that he doesn't really want that. He don't really need that. But I'm saying it. He needs that. He needs Daniel to be up there, not just thanking his father, but thanking Don Charles. I keep on hearing, thank you for my family, thank you for my dad and everything. But I'm like, oh, what? Don ain't in this thing as well. I want to hear Don's name. I want to... The nicest sound to a human being is the sound of their own name. When someone says your name, someone other than yourself, it makes the individual feel good. So let me hear, I couldn't have done this without Don Charles. Because this man he's come in to this and it's just totally revamped Daniel Dubois. Other trainers couldn't do it. McGuigan couldn't do it. Whoever else couldn't do it. So Don Charles, no matter what you want to think, whether you would look at him as some little joke trainer or bucket man, everything like that, Don Charles is again, I'm going to say it again, part of the reason why you have had this rebirth, this confidence surge. It's done. So big up Don Charles.
Today, well said. Thank you for speaking to Seconds Out. Looking forward to seeing Joel Cudder in the ring, and much appreciated, sir.
Come on, thank you.